want you to rest well, and a month from now, this Hollywood big shot's gonna give you what you want.
Welcome to our channel today. We're counting down our picks, the top 10 real-life gangster movies that will absolutely blow your mind, and see if I can pick the best one. Real-life gangster movies have left an undeniable mark on the world of cinema, offering a glimpse into the darker corners of society and the complexity of human nature. These films often blur the lines between fact and fiction, leaving audiences wondering what's real and what's just Hollywood magic.
When somebody's about to die right here, right now, I'm used to that.
One of the most fascinating aspects of gangster movies is their ability to walk the fine line between glorifying crime and delivering a harsh dose of reality. If you've got a favorite gangster movie that didn't make the list, let me know in the comments below. And if you want to explore more crime dramas or film history, be sure to check out our next video, where we'll dive into the world of true crime documentaries. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Top 10, Black Mass.
To do the hit on the wheel?
No. That's $20,000 for you to not.
Is a 2015 crime drama film directed by Scott Cooper, based on the true story of James Whitey Bulger, one of the most infamous criminals in American history. The film is adapted from the book Black Mass, the true story of an unholy alliance between the FBI and the Irish mob, by Dick Lair and Gerard O'Neill. The film explores the rise and fall of Whitey Bulger, played by Johnny Depp, a notorious crime boss in Boston during the 1970s and 1980s.
You are also reputed to have murdered some 20 people. Would you say that is accurate?
That is accurate, yes.
The story focuses on Bulger's complicated relationship with the FBI, particularly through his childhood friend and FBI agent John Connolly, played by Joel Edgerton. Connolly persuades Bulger to become an informant for the FBI, ostensibly to help the Bureau take down the Italian Mafia, a common enemy for both Bulger and the FBI. This alliance, however, allows Bulger to consolidate power and expand his criminal empire with little interference from law enforcement.
I'm sure the officer didn't stop us by accident. You wouldn't happen to be carrying a message, now would you?
As the FBI turns a blind eye to his activities in exchange for information. As Bulger's power grows, so does the violence and corruption, leading to a breakdown in the relationship and eventually Bulger's downfall. Is a gritty and compelling look at one of America's most notorious criminals, driven by strong performances in a tense, realistic portrayal of the criminal underworld. Top 9, Godfather Part 2.
Was it a boy? Mikey, after 3.5 months.
Now can't you give me a straight answer anymore? Was it a boy?
Is a 1974 epic crime film directed by Francis Ford Coppola. It is both a sequel and a prequel to The Godfather and is widely regarded as one of the greatest films in cinema history. The film continues the saga of the Corleone crime family, contrasting the early life of Vito Corleone with the descent of his son, Michael, into darkness and moral corruption. This part of the film is a prequel that follows the young Vito Corleone, played by Robert De Niro, from his childhood in Sicily, where his family is murdered by a local mafia boss, to his arrival in New York City in the early 19.
First Clemenza took it over, now you. My father taught me many things here.
Starting as an impoverished immigrant, Vito slowly rises to power in the underworld, becoming a powerful and respected mafia don. His rise is marked by his intelligence, ruthlessness, and a sense of justice for the downtrodden, which earns him loyalty and fear in equal measure. Is a deep exploration of power, betrayal, family, and the corrupting influence of ambition. The film contrasts Vito's rise, marked by a sense of honor and family loyalty.
I don't want you near my house. When you see our mother, I want to know a day in advance so I won't be there.
With Michael's fall characterized by his increasing ruthlessness and moral compromises. The film also touches on the immigrant experience in America, showing both the opportunities and the challenges faced by those who arrived in the early 20th century. The film is often regarded as one of the greatest films ever made, with its intricate narrative, deep character development, and exploration of universal themes, making it a landmark in American cinema. Top 8 Public Enemies.
Listen, Bill. That's because they're all about where people come from.
Is a 2009 crime drama film directed by Michael Mann, based on the true story of the infamous American bank robber John Dillinger and the efforts of the FBI to bring him to justice during the Great Depression. The film is adapted from Brian Burroughs' nonfiction book Public Enemies, America's Greatest Crime Wave and the Birth of the FBI. Set in the 1930s,
you were too scared to look around. He was at the curb in that black Buick. You asked me how I got there. I told you I took a taxi and you believed me.
Public Enemies chronicles the life of John Dillinger, played by Johnny Depp, a notorious bank robber whose charisma and daring heists capture the imagination of the American public. As Dillinger continues his crime spree across the Midwest, he becomes public enemy #1 in the eyes of the newly established FBI, led by J. Edgar Hoover, played by Billy Crudup.
When somebody's about to die right here, right now, I'm used to that.
The film culminates in Dillinger's eventual betrayal and death at the Biograph Theater in Chicago. One of the most famous events in American criminal history, is regarded as a compelling crime drama that offers a gritty and stylish look at one of the most turbulent periods in American criminal history. Top 7, The Untouchables.
You want to do it now? You want to do it now?
Come on, you son of a bitch.
What?
Easy. You talk to me like that in front of my son, fuck you and your family.
Is a 1987 crime drama film directed by Brian De Palma, based on the real-life efforts of federal agent Elliot Ness to bring down the notorious gangster Al Capone during the Prohibition era. The film is a fictionalized adaptation of the book The Untouchables by Elliot Ness and Oscar Fraley. Set in Chicago during the 1930s, The Untouchables follows federal agent Elliot Ness, played by Kevin Costner, as he is tasked with taking down the powerful and ruthless mob boss Al Capone, played by Robert De Niro, who controls much of the city through his bootlegging operations and corruption.
For individual achievement, there he stands alone. But in the field, what? Part of a team.
Ness initially struggles to make headway due to the widespread corruption in law enforcement and the judicial system, explores themes of justice, corruption, and the battle between good and evil.
You said you wanted to know how to get to Capone. Do you really want to get him?
The film contrasts the idealism of Ness and his team with the pervasive corruption and violence of Capone's world. Remembered as a classic crime drama that combines historical events with Hollywood storytelling to create a compelling and entertaining film about the fight against organized crime in Prohibition-era America. Top 6, Donnie Brasco.
If ever I had any money, I'd give you. I never had any money, but if ever I had.
Is a 1997 crime drama film directed by Mike Newell, based on the true story of an undercover FBI agent who infiltrates the mafia. The film is adapted from the book Donnie Brasco, My Undercover Life in the Mafia, by Joseph D. Pistone and Richard Woodley. The film follows FBI agent Joseph D. Pistone, played by Johnny Depp, who goes undercover as Donnie Brasco, a jewel thief, to infiltrate the New York Mafia in the 1970s. Pistone's mission is to gather evidence against organized crime families, and to do so, he must become deeply embedded in the criminal underworld.
Who knows with these people? Don't wait up for me tonight.
No?
All right, nah, I don't know how long I want to be. Now listen to me.
The film's direction by Mike Newell emphasizes the gritty realism of the mafia world, avoiding glamorization of the criminal lifestyle. The tension in the film is built through character interactions and the ever-present danger of Donnie's cover being blown. Depp's portrayal of the conflicted undercover agent was praised for its depth and authenticity, while Pacino's role as the tragic, world-weary mobster added emotional weight to the film.
Did you ever once ask yourself how I make it through my days? I pretend I'm a widow. With medals and scrapbooks and memories.
The screenplay was also commended for its strong character development and realistic depiction of the mafia. The film is regarded as a powerful exploration of the human cost of undercover work, with a focus on the personal and moral dilemmas faced by those who live in two worlds. Top 5, American Gangster.
What the fuck you gonna do, Frank? Huh? What you doing? You gonna shoot me in front of everybody? Huh? Come on.
Is a 2007 crime drama film directed by Ridley Scott, based on the true story of Frank Lucas, a Harlem drug kingpin in the 1970s. The film explores Lucas's rise to power in the New York City heroin trade and the efforts of law enforcement to bring him down. The story is loosely inspired by Mark Jacobson's New York Magazine article titled The Return of Superfly. Set in the late 1960s and 1970s, American Gangster follows Frank Lucas, played by Denzel Washington, a quiet but ambitious man who rises to become one of Harlem's most powerful drug lords after the death of his mentor, Bumpy Johnson.
You know Johnny Law got it though, right?
Maybe.
Ain't no maybe about it, Mr. Richard. You know he got it. You turn that money in, He took it, and you ain't get nothing for it, did you?
Lucas capitalizes on the power vacuum left by Johnson's passing and begins importing heroin directly from Southeast Asia during the Vietnam War, cutting out the middlemen and selling high-quality drugs at lower prices than his competitors. His product, known as Blue Magic, quickly dominates the streets of New York. As Lucas's empire grows, he maintains a low profile and insists on discipline and loyalty from his family members, whom he employs in his operation. Despite his criminal activities, Lucas is portrayed as a man of principles who takes care of his community and adheres to a strict moral code.
Always expect you to know what's best, but even they know you don't shoot cops.
The film stands out as a compelling crime drama that offers a nuanced portrayal of the rise and fall of a criminal empire, set against the backdrop of a corrupt and complex society. American Gangster is often regarded as one of the best crime films of the 2000s, notable for its exploration of the darker sides of the American dream. Top 4, Scarface.
Oh, I won't go you. Oh, Christ, thank you. Get up.
Is a 1983 crime drama film directed by Brian De Palma and written by Oliver Stone. It is a loose remake of the 1932 film of the same name, which was inspired by the rise of Al Capone. The 1983 version of Scarface has become an iconic piece of cinema, known for its intense performances, graphic violence, and portrayal of the American dream gone awry. Set in 1980s Miami, the film follows the rise and fall of Tony Montana, played by Al Pacino, a Cuban immigrant who arrives in the United States during the Mariel boat lift. Ambitious and ruthless, Tony quickly makes a name for himself in the underworld by climbing the ranks of Miami's drug trade.
Wash your money? The fucking country was built on wash money.
It can't be that bad, you know. It's not like Cuba, you know.
Hey, what the fuck you talk?
Upon its release, Scarface received mixed reviews, with some critics praising Pacino's performance and the film's raw portrayal of the drug trade, while others criticized its excessive violence and perceived glorification of crime. However, over time, Scarface has gained a cult following and is now regarded as one of the most influential films in the gangster genre.
I like you, Tony. There is no lying in you. Unfortunately, I do not feel the same about the rest of your organization.
The film's portrayal of Tony Montana as an anti-hero has resonated with audiences, and its depiction of the excesses of the 1980s, particularly in relation to drugs and wealth, has made it a cultural touchstone. Scarface is often referenced in music, television, and other films, and Tony Montana has become a symbol of ambition and the darker side of the American dream. Top 3, Casino.
No, you said I'm bringing heat on you? I gotta listen to people because of your fucking shit?
Is a 1995 crime drama film directed by Martin Scorsese based on the nonfiction book Casino, Love and Honor in Las Vegas by Nicholas Pileggi, who also co-wrote the screenplay with Scorsese. The film is a detailed and gripping depiction of the rise and fall of a Las Vegas casino empire, exploring themes of greed, power, and betrayal. Set in the 1970s and early 1980s, Casino follows the story of Sam Ace Rothstein, played by Robert De Niro, a gambling expert with ties to the mob, who is handpicked to run the Tangiers Casino in Las Vegas.
Recollection, aren't you the card shark? The golf hustler?
Ace is a meticulous and shrewd operator, ensuring that the casino generates massive profits for its mafia backers by maintaining strict control over the business and the games. Martin Scorsese's direction brings a kinetic energy to the film, with dynamic camera movements, elaborate set pieces, and a narrative structure that blends voiceover narration with a nonlinear timeline. The use of voiceovers by both Ace and Nicky provides insight into their thoughts and motivations, giving the audience a deeper understanding of the characters' complex relationships and the machinations of the casino world.
I'm just curious. I saw you shuffling your checks with your right hand. Can you do that with both hands?
No.
The film has since gained a reputation as a classic in the crime genre, known for its detailed portrayal of the inner workings of a casino, its exploration of the darker side of human nature, and its reflection on the consequences of power and greed. Overall, Casino stands as a compelling and meticulously crafted crime drama that continues to be regarded as one of Martin Scorsese's significant contributions to the genre. Top 2, Goodfellas.
Hi, Mom, what do you think? Look at my shoes, aren't they great?
My God. You look like a gangster.
Is a 1990 crime film directed by Martin Scorsese based on the non-fiction book Wise Guy by Nicholas Pileggi, who co-wrote the screenplay with Scorsese. Widely regarded as one of the greatest films in the crime genre, Goodfellas provides an unflinching, dynamic portrayal of life in the mob, exploring the allure, power, and ultimate consequences of a life of crime. The film chronicles the life of Henry Hill, played by Ray Liotta, a half-Irish, half-Sicilian young man who grows up idolizing the mobsters in his Brooklyn neighborhood.
Do you
know, you're just funny. It's funny, you know, the way you tell the story and everything.
Funny how?
The story begins in the 1950s and follows Henry's journey from a young, impressionable teenager to a seasoned mobster deeply entrenched in organized crime. The film's influence on popular culture is significant, with its style, dialogue, and characters becoming iconic. Lines such as far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster," and "funny how" are frequently quoted and have become part of the lexicon of classic film quotes.
That is a lot of money for a kid like you, all right? Anybody asks you where you got it in Vegas playing craps. All right?
Stands as a masterpiece of cinema, a gripping and unflinching look at the allure and consequences of a life of crime. Its combination of strong performances, dynamic direction, and compelling storytelling has cemented its place as a defining work in the gangster genre. Top 1, The Godfather.
Like a man! What's the matter with you? Is this how you turned out a Hollywood Pinocchio that cries like a woman?
Is a 1972 crime drama directed by Francis Ford Coppola based on Mario Puzo's 1969 novel of the same name. It is widely regarded as one of the greatest films in the history of cinema, and it is a landmark in the gangster genre, known for its deep exploration of family, power, loyalty, and corruption. Set in the years after World War II, The Godfather tells the story of the powerful and influential Corleone crime family, led by patriarch Vito Corleone, played by Marlon Brando. This event serves as an introduction to the Corleone family and the world of organized crime in which they operate.
You spend time with your family?
Sure I do.
Good. Because a man that doesn't spend time with his family can never be a real man.
Vito Corleone, also known as the Godfather, is a respected and feared mafia boss who controls a vast criminal empire. He is known for his wisdom, strategic thinking, and ability to command loyalty. However, when a rival gang approaches him with a proposal to enter the narcotics trade, Vito declines, leading to an assassination attempt that leaves him severely wounded. The story also delves into the personal lives of the Corleone family members, exploring their relationships, struggles, and the consequences of living a life steeped in violence and crime.
We've known each other many years, but this is the first time you ever came to me for counsel, for help. I can't remember the last time.
Stands as a masterpiece of filmmaking, revered for its storytelling, performances, and its profound exploration of the human condition within the context of organized crime.